What's happening, Elevation Nation? We're back for another Fortitude and 15. We're coming up on episode 400, which is pretty crazy. How should we celebrate, Sam?
Maybe you come to DC, we go out to dinner, spend some quality time together. Maybe we go to the cabin, hang out. We got lots of options, man.
We do need to find a way to celebrate. I think something that we don't do enough is finding ways to celebrate. Not like life in general, like with you and me together.
How about we do this? Let's make I got an idea. To celebrate 400, I'm coming to New York for a couple speaking gigs this summer in June. Let's make a reservation. Let's go to Peter Luger's. I've never been. Let's go get a steak and let's celebrate.
Okay. I
Have
like
a nice
that.
dinner together.
Yeah, I just thought about this. You're talking about go to another treehouse. Like, why don't we parlay a weekend when we're going to a camp, and then when we're done, the night we go to one of the treehouses?
That's actually a really good idea. Why are we just thinking of that? That's a great idea. Let's do that. That sounds like a blast.
That's a great way to celebrate. I love it, and it'll be great. Well, the treehouse is always a great place to reflect and think about life and our journey next, right?
It's the most special place on earth. One of the most. I'm down. I love that, Parker. Let's put that plan in motion. But today we're talking about an interesting topic, a structured topic, a very pointed Fortitude and 15 to have us kind of taste our own medicine a little bit and share some of the lessons that we've learned. You picked this topic. You said it was one you were thinking about yesterday. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I was like in the sauna maybe or on a walk, and I was like, as an entrepreneur or just a young person in general, you think about, or maybe it's just me who thinks about this, I don't know if you think about this, that you feel like something's gonna happen and someone's gonna save you. Someone's gonna just be like, hey Parker, like, you're such a good employee, come join my company. Hey, I love your idea, here's an investment. Hey, I love what you're selling, I want that. Or hey, like, I got you. We have mentors, we have friends, we have family, but at the end of the day, I like had this realization that the only way we create the reality and the vision that we want is we got to go out and do it. No one's coming to say, hey, Sam and Parker, you guys have an incredible idea. You guys are crushing it. Come with me. Come down the path. Come down. This is I know what to. I got you guys. No one's coming. We got to go find out where those people are. We have to go execute day in and day out. So we got to stop waiting for permission, bro. Because we're not going to find those people. No one's coming to save us. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I don't know if you feel the same way or not, because I've definitely felt that a little bit too.
I mean, we only have 15 minutes. It's a deep conversation. I want to hit on the fact that, yes, I feel this, but it also contradicts something that I also really believe in, which is the universe is working in magical ways and will help push you in the right direction. And so this contradicts that a little bit. That being said, I think the universe has you take chances, take risks, and work hard. And then therefore, with your positive mindset, with the energy you're putting out into the universe, good things will happen to you. So I don't know if that makes sense, but in my mind, Parker, they're almost a little contradictory. Do you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like, we believe, we have faith that the world will conspire in ways, hopefully, for us. Because, we're doing good things in the world, and because we're doing good, we deserve things. But let's take it back a step. I think young adults in particular, young entrepreneurs, young people in general, struggle with this because we have the structured path of school, the structured path of internships, promotions at jobs, and you got people who say, hey, you need to do this, and if you do this, you will get here. One, entrepreneurship is not that way. And then the other side is life really isn't that way. Once you realize, okay, school's done, internships are done, now we have jobs, but like even within the job, no one's going to come say, hey, Sam, I got you. Every single day if you do this, you're going to be here and then here and then here. It's not structured as that.
Well, I'm going to, for the sake of debate, kind of debate you on that point because I actually disagree a little bit. I feel like many corporate jobs, specifically in the world that we're in, maybe in finance, accounting, being a lawyer, a doctor, it still is pretty structured on what you need to do to climb your way to the top.
Yes.
So it's not that you have to,
sense.
you know, and maybe I'm going a little off topic here with stop waiting for permission, but you kind of are waiting for permission because you know exactly the steps that you are going to take to continue to climb up that ladder, right? You start as, I'll use our industry, for example. You start as a staff. You know, you have 1 to 3 years there. Then you go up to a senior. You know, you have another 1 to 3 years there. Then you go up to a manager. You know, you have another 3 to 7 years, right? Like, it's fairly structured in the time. I think to doctors, right? They go take the MCAT. They get into med school. They do their residency. They then have to go, I'm messing up all the lingo, but I'm sure there's other lingo that they do, right? They then do rotations. They do their residency. They then get a job. And then they work their way up the hospital, and their goal is to be chief of medicine, right? Like, whatever it may be, it's fairly structured in these corporate, large environments. And so I would say if that's what you want and your goals, you don't need to necessarily cut corners or ask permission or wait for people to save you and try to figure out a new way. Like, you can kind of play the game that's been laid out in front of you. But if you want a different type of life, a life that maybe is a little more creative, free-flowing, entrepreneurial, again, not for everyone. I'm still half in and half out of both here. Then I think you need to stop waiting for permission and go and do what you want to do and find ways to make it happen.
You have to go find a way to make it happen. It starts with you. I just think I had this idea. Maybe it's a little self-centered of me, or my ego is a little too strong in this regard, that like we've been building this thing for 5 years, and that some way along that 5-year journey, someone would say, you know what, Sam Parker, Elevation Nation, what a great idea. I have this thing that I want you to do. I'm gonna come help you guys build this thing and grow it and make this amazing. You know, you hear about a story how, for example, Logic, one of my favorite rappers, right? Like, he found his manager Chris and Logic, match made in heaven. Chris helped him build the business side of Logic, and I don't think we get Logic without Chris. And I'm just saying, we've been doing this thing for 5 years, and it's like there was a point where I'm going to be honest. I was waiting for someone to say, hey, Sam and Parker, let's take it to the next level here.
We want to acquire you. We want to invest in you, right?
Exactly. Sure. When in reality, we're still here waking up every single day, trying to do 2 podcasts a week, getting in front of more people on stages, trying to help others get connected to people in the nation, with the idea, back to our earlier point, that the world will then conspire in our way in some shape or form. But man, there's no path. We got to just go out and be consistent and hope that it will eventually work out. And it has. I'm not saying it hasn't, but I'm saying I've been in the house of, as a young person, someone was going to come and say, hey, Parker, you guys are great. Like, let's take this to the next level. No, that's not coming. I need to get over that. That's not happening.
I think it's a tough reality pill for me to swallow, because I think for many years I've said, Elevation Nation might not be the business that we go all in on, but it will introduce us to people that are running awesome businesses that do want to, bring Parker and I on as co-founders or starters of that company. I've always said that I thought Elevation Nation's purpose was to help other people, to give you and I an awesome platform, but really to meet cool entrepreneurs. Now, to your point in this conversation, I'm getting a tough taste of reality here, which is, Parker, maybe there's a point where we need to figure out what we want to do next to turn this into a legit business or to take this to the next level, and not assume that other people are going to help us get there. But then Elevation Nation is getting a taste into my own brain and how our conversations happen. Then I think to all the incredible lucky breaks and people that have invested in us thus far this past year. I think this past year catapulted our speaking gigs to a whole new level. And it's like, dude, they did come save you. We got to keynote at this camp conference, and that helped us get a ton more camp gigs. We got to keynote for EY, and now we're doing incredible things at EY, right? Like, they did come save us. We didn't wait for permission, but yeah.
The cliche way to say it, you got to create your surface area for luck. We had to do something to get in those positions. We had to step outside our comfort zone and say, knock on some doors, send some emails, catch up with a person, And then one thing led to another and led to another. And so Elevation Nation, if you're feeling this way a little bit, I think from our own, peace of mind here is, yes, we feel this, but at the same time, we've created opportunity by doing. No one will believe in what we're doing, Sam, unless we believe in it ourselves. 100%. We had to go ask to, volunteer to do a speaking event. We had to go and ask, hey, can we catch up and see what's going on? And then next thing you know, one thing led to another, went to another. We got to go execute it. And there's no permission that you need. You just got to go.
A lot of lessons in there. I think there are a couple people in the nation, so many elevators that obviously do this. But one that comes to mind for me is elevator Faith Bergman. Faith, wasn't happy with the career and life that she had. And instead of sulking and feeling bad for herself and sorry for herself, she decided to do something about it. And she's captured her journey along the way of her finding wellness, finding mental health habits, finding things that bring her joy. And she's sharing those lessons with other people. And I think it just goes to show that no one is going to save you and pull you out of the funk that you are in. You have to recognize internally that you are missing something and then take those steps in the right direction to change your life. And I think Faith is a perfect example of that.
That's such a great example. I think Faith is an incredible, perfect example for what we're talking about. One more thing to add as well is, today is the best day to get started. Faith knew that. Today is the best day to get started. We always think, I'll do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes a week. And then it becomes a month. And then maybe it even becomes a year. And you look back, you're like, damn, I'm still in the same spot. Today's the best day to get going. It doesn't matter. You got to get over your ego. You got to get over it. People are going to make fun of you. Oh, that's in your head. People are going to laugh at you. That's in your head. You want to get going and make magic happen. You just got to go do. And the best day to do is today. And I think I try to live by that. I know Faith does. Sam, I know you try to live by that, but look at us. We're still having this conversation that we fall into the trap as well.
It's always there. And being surrounded by an incredible community and nation that we have in Elevation Nation with so many other young adults that are going out, chasing their dreams, not waiting for luck to happen to them. We get to connect all these people together. We get to build this incredible community of people, and it's been so fun to unite everybody. And obviously we have a lot more in store when it comes to the nation that we are building, because so many of our elevators are feeling the same way that we are, Parker. It doesn't matter how far along or mature you are in your entrepreneurial or self-growth journey. Many of us still feel this way.
No doubt. It's like you do an amazing thing and you're like, all right, what's next?
Always something else to elevate.
That's every elevator, right? They get to the next floor and it looks great and they enjoy it. And they're like, oh, wait, there's a higher floor we can go to? There's a better place? I want to go try to chase that. The blessing and the curse. It's the common theme in all of our conversations throughout the last 5 years. It's a blessing and a curse. Good conversation, Sam. I really enjoy this new structure that we have. I think it's healthy. I think it's good. It's
Me too.
Organic conversation, and it's helpful, hopefully, to Elevation Nation.
I love it. Let's leave on this note a challenge for Elevation Nation. We're going to start to add these to the end of every episode again, in the spirit of making our Fortitude and 15s a little more structured. Topic this week: stop waiting for permission. No one is going to save you. So our challenge for Elevation Nation is do one thing that you've been putting off. I'm not saying go be more productive and cross things off your to-do list. I'm saying do one new thing, try one new thing that you've been really wanting to do. Whether that's going to a farmer's market, picking up food and cooking a recipe, whether that's trying a new workout class, joining a sports league after work, making your first piece of content, reaching out to a friend that maybe you had a falling out with. Find one new thing and do it.
Doesn't need to be big.
The only permission you need is from yourself.
Hell yeah. Well said.
All right, Elevation Nation. Until next week, peace.